everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having an amazing weekend. There is already a chicken and a garden update on this very channel, so if you want to know what preparation for all of the rain has looked like, be sure to follow the link in the description below. But today we are going to be talking about batteries. We're going to be talking about batteries, and we're going to be talking about electrics, and we're going to be talking about whether you would be comfortable reusing an electric car battery pack as some kind of DIY static energy storage product for your home. Now, I am standing in my garage. In fact, this is my wife's woodworking shop. This is something she's working on right now. It's beautiful. I'm not going to distract from today's video because her woodworking is truly beautiful. But right here, we have a SPAN electrical panel, and we also have the Ford Charge Station Pro. Both of those are going to be installed next week here in this very spot. We're going to get to keep our juice boxes, so by the time all of the installation has happened, I think it will be done by Thursday, we will have not one, not two, not three, but 4 permanently installed charging stations, which is a bit of an overkill. We will have the F-150 set up, so it will be able to power the house in a power cut. And it got me thinking about battery storage products. Now, a lot of people have said, well, why didn't you just buy a Powerwall? We calculated that the amount of storage this truck has would mean that we'd have to buy 9 or 10 Powerwalls, which is prohibitively expensive. And it got me thinking about DIY energy storage products. Now, I wish that we had some of those rack-based battery systems that you can buy. You install it on a rack mount system in your garage, and you can connect that to an inverter, and at some point in the future I would love to have something like that. But I've seen lots of DIY solar projects over the years. It's one of my favorite topics to research and watch on YouTube. The reason why we're getting the Ford Charge Station Pro and the SPAN panel is so that we can review them. Disclaimer, SPAN are providing me with that panel for the purposes of review. I'm also getting a SPAN drive unit. I've had to pay for the installation of the SPAN unit and the drive panel. And when it comes to the Ford Charge Station Pro and the home integration system, my partner and I are paying full price for that. So we're not getting any special treatment there. But lots of people take lithium-ion battery packs out of EVs. I say lots, a substantial number, and are doing a DIY home energy storage project that fits the battery onto the wall of their home, either repackaging, as is the case with Dahlia. He's using Nissan Leaf EV battery packs, and he's just done a video very recently on putting an inverter on the wall of his shop, and then having Nissan Leaf batteries that are in special boxes that he's made under the desk that is providing power backup to his shop. But I've also seen people do it with a Chevrolet Bolt battery pack. I've seen, I've seen a couple of Smart for 2 ED battery packs used in that way. And I want to know if that's something that you would consider, or maybe in fact you have already done it. I would love to know about why you went that route rather than, say, a traditional Tesla Powerwall or any number of other energy storage products that are on the market today. For example, Enphase, who make our solar inverter system and the microinverters, they have a product that is a static energy storage battery pack, and many other companies out there do these static battery packs. But obviously, cost is very prohibitive, and one of the things we like to do at Transport Evolved is promote, reuse, recycle, keep things on the wall that had a different life at one point and repurpose them for new things. I'm showing you out here because we are going to get all of our Ford home integration stuff installed here on the wall. But, I mean, we could fit a special EV battery pack on the wall of the house back there. Maybe that's something we should do. But if you have considered it, tell me what it was like if you decided to go for it. Tell me what worked and what didn't. What would you change in the future? And do you think there should be an incentive for people to use former EV battery packs in second life energy storage projects? I would love to know your thoughts below. And if you're watching this and going, oh, I wouldn't buy a used EV battery pack because its capacity would be bad and it wouldn't be able to provide enough power to my home in a power cut, it's worth noting that, you know, something like the Ford F-150 Lightning behind me, when I am accelerating in that truck, I am pulling ridiculously high amounts of power from the battery pack when that battery pack is running as basically a mobile power station. It only draws about 10 kilowatts, which is less power than the battery pack would pull just cruising along the road in some situations. The same is true for something like the Chevrolet Bolt here, my partner's Chevrolet Bolt. I would love to know if anyone has used a Bolt battery pack, because those battery packs are 60 kilowatt hours. And while the Bolt is going to pull, you know, 150 kilowatts, maybe 160 kilowatts under heavy acceleration in a domestic battery backup setup, it's probably never going to pull much more than about 10 or 20 kilowatts, which again, is about what that car cruising along the road. If you've got a headwind, maybe you might be somewhere between 10 and 20 kilowatts. If you're on a flat road and it's a really beautiful day, you're probably going to be using less energy than that. So I would love to know your thoughts. Leave them in the comments below. Let's get the conversation started. Oh, and if you have any channels or people that you know who have done something like that, please let me know in the comments below. I have been blown away this week by how much on YouTube there is from amazing DIY projects that are doing amazing things. This week I watched a video. It was a private video, so I'm not going to share it, but I watched a video this week of an engineer who had taken the Comma AI system and retrofitted it in a classic Volkswagen microbus, a stick shift microbus, believe it or not. It just blew my mind. It made me very happy and it gave me lots of hope for the future, because right now the world is a pretty dark place. That is it for today's video. If you liked it, be sure to give it your thumbs up and don't forget to leave your thoughts below or in our free to join Discord chat room. And if you really liked it, do leave us a super thanks. It's easy to do, and anything you do send our way goes towards helping us make great content. If you haven't already, make sure you've subscribed to this channel and to our other channel, Transport Evolve Take 2. The main channel, which is this one, as opposed to Transport Evolve Take 2. I knew one of these days I'd screw it up. A couple of weeks ago, someone said to me, you need to give Kate a new script because that bit doesn't make sense. And then I went and did it myself. Anyway, and give that bell a gentle ring to make sure you're told when our next video goes live. And before I go, do check out our regular sponsors at Unspun and Energy Sage. There are links below. If you use either company, you will help us out as well. Sorry for the barking border collie in the background. Thanks on behalf of the entire TE crew. Go out to everyone who makes this channel possible. That includes everyone who supports us on Patreon and YouTube, as well as those of you who just watch and share our videos. If you are a supporter at the charged up level, you'll see your name right here in front of my truck. And if you just joined, I am sorry if your name isn't showing. We do currently render the lists out every week or so, but sometimes those videos are produced a few days or weeks in advance, as is the case with this one. It's currently Thursday when I'm recording this. Thanks to our self-driving tier supporters, Mike Weeder, Patrick Boyarski, Chris Maxwell, Brian Newton, Michael Goad, Bennett Elder, Andrew Martin, Pedro Mura Pinheiro, Brophy Wolf, Chris and Michael Johnson, Tazla in the Gong, Dan Blair, Peter Dillinger, Gordon C, Stephen O'Donoghue, Carl Hodgson, Anthony Coates, Regine Fellows, Denny Hyde, Chris Ascenta and Jim Burness, and of course, super out of this world thanks to our Starman level supporters, Andrew Glenn, Anonymous Freak, JP Fagerback, Joe Bresney, John Lyons, Rory Litwin, Kevin Burrowbridge, Laura Reynolds, Marcel Ward, Matthew Drobnak, Paul Conway, Reggie Watts, Will Graylin, and last but not least, Ian. If you'd like to be part of that amazing list, you can join Patreon at the link below. You can support us on YouTube, or you can send us Ko-fi, Bitcoin, or visit our Cool Sag store. where you can buy t-shirts like the one I'm wearing right now. I hope that the rest of your weekend goes well, and as always, I will be back soon with more awesome content, as will the rest of the truly amazing Transport Evolved team, who are here because of you guys. So thank you again, and as always, keep evolving.